the ancient ancestral spirits, the ancestors, the archangels, the angels, and please provide protection and guidance to all those that are striving for righteousness and that are actually doing their best to strive for righteousness, and to keep and protect us from those that are not striving for righteousness, that want to pray for our downfall, and please protect us from those that want to have us fall, and protect us from all of the negative beings and entities and the people that want to try to put us in harm's way. Ashe, Ayuga Bobo, and I want to say peace to everybody. Peace, peace, peace. Catch me while I'm walking to the store. Get some water for me and the family in the house, so we can go ahead and have some water. So here we go. Happy Sunday. This is going to be pretty much us talking about various topics or whatever the case may be. I talked about I talked about the mermaids in the last couple live streams. I talked about a lot of things in the last live streams. Okay. So, got hurt across the street. So yeah. Let's see. I'm just gonna wait to see anybody gonna get on here on this Sunday. I probably got on here yesterday, but I was so tired and so on. Normally I'll be at the front porch of the house. Right now I just decided to go to the store. So when it come down to it, there's a lot of transformation, a lot of changes going on in the world today. What is going on? What is going on, you ask? Simple. You gotta watch out. What they trying to push now is another thing dealing with a false alien invasion and all that other stuff. Look up Project Bluebeam. Look up what they doing with the holographic images. You can see all that stuff in Star Wars as far as the holographic images and other movies. So just keep your eyes open on all of that. You know, they really trying forth a lot of their illusions. Everybody pretty much fall into their BS. And their BS is dealing with sorcery or ways of the illusion to bring illusions to the mind. Because at the end of the day, it's the battle for your soul. It's the battle for your soul. That's what it's really all about. The battle for the souls of the people. And the souls of the people, that's what they really want. You ask yourself, why? Because how do I feel about that? It's like this. Uh, I feel that it's needed, but then that means everybody else gotta wake up and start getting their shit together. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get on our A's, B's, and C's, and all that other stuff, and focus on ourselves. But we gotta really start building. We really have to start building. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna make America great again, we gotta really build, and we gotta focus on making things better for ourselves. But which means that a lot of us gonna have to start building our own stores and start supporting ourselves in our own communities. That's what's gonna have to happen. Till then, have to see it. I have to. I'm gonna call a good friend. Um, but the mass deportation is like deportation is going to help out to a degree, but that means that American people got to really step up. That means that if you're going to make this country great again, but then also, Dr. Malachi York spoke about this in so many different ways. A book I recommend, you get the book called Leviathan by Dr. Malachi York, and you'll see Donald Trump's face on the front cover of it. So all this stuff is dealing with a lot of illusions, man. This stuff is not a joke. They're trying to. It's bigger than what people think it is. Yes, Nasara Jasara is real, and yes, a lot of the deportations is needed because some of the people that's coming over here are part of cartels and all this other stuff. They really trying to. They really been invading this country with another form of what they call it, um, terrorism. So, but give me a second. I'm trying to go ahead and put this water in my book bag. Put these waters in my book bag real quick. So yeah, it's something. I try not to touch on certain topics all the time because I don't want to talk about what everybody else is talking about, because that's also a sign of distractions. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like to follow others. I like to listen, but I don't like to follow. Because everybody's talking about this mass deportation, the Jay-Z thing, and Beyonce, and all of that. We keep on getting caught in distractions, man. But I guarantee you, through all these distractions, something really is going on spiritually. I'm telling y'all, man. There's stuff that's going on to bring these distractions to stop us from seeing what's really going on. Okay? Like, everybody talk about Jaguar, right? But you got the sister named Allie Carter. Allie Carter is the one that's been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes dealing with these children. You know what I'm saying? Allie Carter and the other young ladies that was trafficked during that time. And truth be told, we need to see what's going on with the connection between Epstein Island and the whole Diddy thing. Then you also got to see what's really going on with the missing so-called black women. We got to look and see what's missing, the missing women and children that's been going on, dealing with blood and sacrifices and all that. It's a whole lot of stuff, man. You know what I mean? The deportation is just another way of bringing another distraction on what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the immigrants that come over here, a lot of them are probably connected to other societies and other things that's bringing, how can I put it, issues to the country. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at everything. But I know people that are not from here, that I have close relationships with, that been over here for a long time, and they're not bad people at all. They just want to have a better life. You know, those that come over here and really want to make a better life for their family, by all means, and don't look down at other people that been over here from day one, I give them kudos because they're not looking down on nobody. They just want a better living, a better life. I'm only talking about those that are bringing chaos and confusion over here, that's looking down and looking at the Americans that have been over here from day one. They're the ones I have an issue with. You know, but I try to get along with everybody. You see what I'm saying? But I look at all this as just a big ass distraction. Like, honestly. Peace, how you doing, Miss Sally Carson? How you doing? You know, I look at all this as a big distraction with the deportation, because I guarantee you there's stuff going on behind the scenes that is really that they're not talking about. This whole Jay-Z thing that they're talking about, that's been old. What people don't know, years ago when we talked about Nasara Jasara, we talked about that. We talked about Jay-Z and Beyonce. We talked about a lot of that stuff, a lot of these celebrities. We talked about how the way they was in, Guantanamo Bay. We talked about how a lot of them are body doubles. We talked about how it was dealing with adrenochrome and all of that stuff. Adrenochrome was found in babies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like little children and then stop at a certain age. We talked about that years ago, like when we was on the other channel with the brothers during that time. That time during the alignment was right. You know, that was the alignment that things needed to open up during that time, like several years ago. Um, Now, you know, everybody looking at Trump as the savior, but I can tell you this: if you don't have your nationality on who you are, you can forget about it. Anybody that's melanated, you need to know who you are instead of calling yourself African American. Like Dr. Kid Pruitt said, you're named after food when you say you're African American, and then you don't even know what part of Africa you're originally from. Um, I was talking to a brother when I took an Uber home one day. He was from Nigeria, and he said, "What they don't tell you," he said, "that a lot of black people were already over here in the U.S." This is what a brother from Nigeria told me. A lot of black people was already over here in the U.S. and they don't talk about that. He said at one point in time, black people ruled the world. That's what he said out of his mouth. He like, they ruled the world. He said, we're all over the planet. He said, especially in the U.S. He was like, y'all been over here for a long time. This came out of brother from Nigeria's mouth. Okay, he said, this country has been founded and was connected to black people. I said, yeah. I said, well, there's a lady, and I quote, you can look this lady up. Her name is Empress Sheba the Third, right? Empress Sheba the Third, she said that the kingdom of Africa stretched from Africa to India to the Americas. Look this up. She had a red and black dress, Empress Sheba the Third. She had a long black and red dress, and she had the crown of Hat Haru on. And she was interviewed, and she talked about the seven original African kingdoms. And then she said that Africa stretched from there to India to the Americas. So all this landmass pretty much was connected to Africa. And this country is considered Africa and also Egypt or the rest, which they call Tamaray. See, the Grand Canyon itself, also they found statues of some of the Egyptian deities and all that other stuff, right? So we really got to start looking into all of this. That's why I say when you come down to the deportation and all that, I look at that as another distraction because of stuff that's really going on. Because look, the whole mass deportation is happening, and now look what's going on. Jay-Z is now getting attacked in the media about stuff that he was doing, about stuff that he did in his past, along with Beyonce, right? So you got to look at how all this stuff is starting to connect, and how a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes, and they talk about mass deportations and all this other stuff. There's also connections to that, along with stuff that's been going on in the underground. I mean, I want to say the underworld of criminal activity and the underworld and all that other stuff. It's all interconnected some way or another. You gotta look this stuff up. See, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do some time. I'm gonna have some time, and I'm gonna just go ahead and start connecting everything, because at the end of the day, when you look at those that are Latinos or that are Mexicans or even down to the modern day Native Americans, they are spawns of the original people that was already over in this country. I'm telling y'all, you gotta do this information and research. When you see Mexicans, they are mixed with your DNA. Those are melanated that call themselves African American, black, or whatever. They are spawns of they are your spawns because of the stuff that took place with the conquering of the Spaniards and all that other stuff. When you look over there in Haiti, the original Haitians were already over there. They are also indigenous to this land too, because there's a connection between Haiti and Louisiana. Documented facts. Because you have the Haitian voodoo, and you have the Louisiana voodoo. There's a connection between Haiti and Louisiana. I'm telling y'all because they have a French connection. The French the French call themselves dominating Haiti. The French call themselves dominating what? Louisiana. That's where you get the whole Creole thing and all this other stuff. Because they speak a dialect of French down there too. Um there's a sister named what's her name? Oh my goodness, she was the Empress of the Moors. but her name was Gostin L. Bay. Okay, you can look her up on here on YouTube. She went against the U.S. and she was against the U.S. about the illegal purchase of Louisiana with France help and all that other stuff, right? She took the U.S. to court for that, and also she was the woman that implemented Nassau just Solver, and also she also know about how the Mexicans are connected, how when she before she passed away, before she transitioned. There's a lot of us over here that know what's going on, but we don't have the voices to be heard because we're being overshadowed by people that's in mainstream YouTube. I call it like that, mainstream YouTube. Those that probably have 2,000 subscribers or more. They don't want to talk about a lot of the stuff that I'm saying, except for a few. I know Contra Queen talk about it. Real Kid talk about it. The Black Conjuring, she talks about it. Um, you know, a lot of others do talk about it, but it's like we need to really start getting on board on what's really happening. Um, because in Mexico or Mexico, they did find those heads called the Olmec heads that were actually melanated people. But the thing is, we got to remember everybody that's over here. This country's a melting pot. Everybody that's over here been feeding off the backs of those that call themselves African Americans. And the mass deportation shit, I look at that as just like I said, another way of another form of distraction of what's really going on. Because at the end of the day, the biggest terrorists that came over here, that was over here, that started up all the uprising and stuff, honestly, the biggest terrorist group of all time to me are the Ku Klux Klan. But nobody ain't talking about that. If anybody need to be deported, I feel like they need to get deported. Because their whole culture, that came from a group of Catholics. The whole the hoods that they have on their head, that came from a Catholic church or some sort of Catholic church or a church over in um in Europe. I forgot the name of that church, but they have the same hoods and stuff. That's a terrorist group, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I actually answer your question on what I think about it. I mean, a lot of this stuff is distractions, man. A lot of it, and I don't feel like we need to really focus on that. We need to focus on really building and making our communities better worldwide, nationwide, however. Don't matter who you are, but we need to really start focusing on our children and our children's children and working on our future. Because how I see it right now, me talking about that, what is that going to do? You know, when at the end of the day, it's up to you and what you do. I can talk about stuff like that, but where is it going to go? Get what I'm saying? Not unless you need my thoughts on it. But anyway, I digress. Um, I want to go back into what y'all really think. What's on y'all mind? How do y'all feel? You get what I'm saying? What's really going on in your mind? What's going on in your day? What's making you having the day that you're having, or so on? What's going on with those that are watching? Because it went from like 9, 6, 7 hours down to 2 people. I don't know if YouTube doing it. I don't know if I got people that stalking again. I don't know what they got going on. But I'm over here minding my business and trying to build with everybody and see what's really going on. Because at the end of the day, I'm not focused on nobody but building with those that want to build and try to get things in order so we can make this a better place for our people and for ourselves. And also not just for our people, but for people in general that want to be around love, peace, that want to be around love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. Those are the 5 things that I'm looking at right now. If it's not about that, don't have time for it. I turn 44 next year. I don't got time for that stuff. I don't have time for debating no more. I've been there, done that. I don't have time to be going back and forth with anybody no more. Been there, done that. I've been walking these streets of Baltimore teaching people and a lot of people in my community when I was younger about who we are. And then at the same time, I've been talking about spirituality and so on to help people wake up on their own levels of waking up and pointing in a direction. I've been doing that since I was a teenager. So now I'm like, I'm tired. So I don't really teach like that no more about spirituality anymore like that. Instead, I just watch other people talk about it. You know what I mean? So either or. I just want to share my little 2 cents on here. Um, yeah, adrenaline too. So otherwise, I'm about to see. I'm about to probably get up off of here. I'm probably do another live, but if I do another live later on, I'll probably talk about the mermaids, like I said last week. I mean, a couple days ago. I'm gonna talk about probably the mermaids and pull out a book dealing with the different Orisha and all that other stuff, and you know, and also the protocols of the Loa. If those that, just start showing books so everybody can know. I'll probably do that later on. If not, I'll probably do it tomorrow. It depends on how I'm feeling today because I am like out of it. I ain't go to bed until 4 o'clock in the morning, y'all. 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. So, and it's cold out here, and I just thought I would show my face, and I want to let y'all know. Let's talk about something other than what's going on in the world. Let's talk about, politics. Let's stop talking about politics for a change because it's nothing but tricks. Politics is nothing but politics. I mean, yeah, politics. Think about it. Politics, ticks. Poly is mean more than one. So we're dealing with politics or politics, and they are draining your life's what? Your life source, your energy. They're draining you. They want you to choose sides. Look, there's no such thing as a democracy. There's only thing that exists is republic. No democracy exists. That's an illusion. That's a lie. The whole freedom and all that, that's a lie. Because if it was a such thing as having freedom of speech, why you still get criticized about the shit? So keep in mind the illusions that they put out there. The illusions that they put out there. It's all an illusion. It's all lies. Everybody keep on talking about this new world, right? The new world is actually the old world, is the ancient world. All this technology that you see, that technology already been here ever since the beginning of Atlantis, ever since the original days of Kemet, Tamaray, whatever. All this stuff already been here. They have found markings in caves in Egypt and so on that they already had planes. They already had helicopters. They already had spaceships. This is old shit, not new shit. Everybody saying the new world. No, that's the old world. It always been the old world. It's just that we're playing catch up now. The masses is playing catch up. The masses is playing catch up. Keep in mind that you're gonna have bitcoins that's gonna be backed up by real gold. It's coming soon, if not already happening. Get your gold and silver up. Real talk. Let's stop playing. We supposed to be on this shit. Instead of talking, we need to be on this shit. Knowledge is wisdom. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is overstanding, understanding, understanding, all of that. Know who you are. Stop playing these games with these people. Don't let your great mind go to waste. Don't let your great mind go to waste. Instead of getting caught up in the bullshit, start looking up stuff. This is your path. Everybody wants somebody to follow them. Listen, I don't need nobody following me. You are your own leader. Yes, I'm glad that you subscribe to the channel, but I'm just like you. I'm a spiritual being living a human experience, and I'm still learning, and still growing. We need to stop playing on here and start doing the research ourselves. I'm on here to help out and do my part to help out the masses and wake them up. That's what I'm on here for. And want to build something instead of just talking. I really want to build something with you all. I'm on here to want to build with you all so we can really make something happen. I'm not on here just to be talking. I want to build with you all that's watching. I'm not on here for likes and all of that and want your money. I want to build something with y'all so we can say we all built that. At the end of the day, how many people literally be on here saying that they want to build with you, the fan base, the audience, and want to know what you think and how you feeling? How many do that? And I'm not here to knock nobody down. This is why people with a channel like mine that's not that big, this is why we always feel like, where is the real people that want to step up and really build? Enough with the talk. When are we really going to build and say, okay, we all did that? I want to thank you all that subscribe to this channel, but I'm all about let's really build. I'm not here to tear nobody down. I'm a family man and I take care of what I got to take care of at home. But I'm also spiritual. I'm not religious. I want to give back to the communities. I want to be able to talk to people from overseas that look like me, that look like others, so we can all come together and figure out what can we do to make things better instead of talking. What can we do? I'm not on here saying, oh, fight the power and all that. I'm not saying all of that. I'm doing something that's already revolutionary by actually giving a platform for those that want to talk even in the chat, and eventually have you on here where you can literally talk and express yourself. All of you have a voice that needs to be heard. But nobody don't hear you because they don't want you to progress. But I digress on all of that. Because at the end of the day, people want somebody that's charismatic. They want somebody that's, so animated. That's not me. I'm not going to be animated unless it's really some real serious stuff. I come to you with all seriousness. When are we going to build? When are we going to do stuff? When are we going to stop pointing fingers at others? When are we going to stop saying, like, you know what? They doing this, they doing that. Okay, they doing this and doing that, but what are you doing? What are we going to do? We going to talk about the mass deportation? Okay, we could talk about that. But what is it going to do for us as a people? What is it going to do for us as citizens? What is it going to do for us to really talk about building stuff? What is it going to do for us at the end of the day? You can't say that you're African American and you don't know what part of Africa you're from. Some of you are already over here. You can't say that I'm American when the original Americans were copper colored. You can't say that, oh, I'm Negro. No, you would never. You can't say that you're white because white is a status. It's a color of a crayon, but it's still a status. You can't say that this is your country when the country was taken by people that were already here. And I want to say shout out to the Geechee Gullah. Shout out to them. Because they never get the props that they deserve. The Geechee Gullah in South Carolina. Shout out to y'all. Y'all never get the props that y'all deserve. They always hide y'all. And they're trying to destroy your community down there in South Carolina. Because y'all the unsung heroes of the Seminole Wars. Unsung heroes. Shout out to y'all. Because it don't make any sense how people don't want to talk about you. And yet you're the ones, the reason why the Seminoles won that war during the Seminole Wars. Y'all stepped up to the plate, and then y'all been pretty much put to the side and been lost in history, but y'all haven't. Shout out to the Geechee Gullah. Shout out to the Yamasee and the chief of the Yamasee tribe. I love y'all in the Yamasee. Shout out to the Washita, the Blackfoot, the original Blackfoots. But anyway, I digress, man. I just wanted to go ahead and say what I had to say on here real quick. Because at the same time, sometimes it bothers me when we get caught up in the bull crap of the masses and we're not really talking about what we need to talk about and just really start talking about really building something for once to be great. But instead, we get caught up in the vibrations of these of what's going on in the news media. We can't get caught up in that no more. We got to stop getting caught up in that. All these illusions is kicking our ass. That's why we so behind. I want to say shout out to the sister Shay Marie. Shout out to you, man. Anybody, that sister right there, man. Her and her husband, Islam to them, man. Them two. I tell y'all that her and her husband, they trying to help out the community of melanated people. I give her a shout out. Her and her husband, they trying to help out melanated people to learn about wealth. Shout out to her. She on Facebook and all of that, man. Empress Shay Marie. Shout out to you, sister. Her and her husband doing their best to try to educate so-called black people on wealth and money and all of that, so they can know how to invest their money and flip their money so that they won't be broke. To break generational curses. That's just her. I know what she mean now. I misjudged her one time, and I was like, "What was she?" And then I see what she was doing. I'm like, "Wow, this sister doing something. She's doing her best." So I just want to say we really gotta stop, man, and start really focusing on us because my landlord told me the other day. She said melanated people need to wake up. We by ourselves now. And that's why I keep on coming on here saying we need to build. I'm not just on here to build with our people. I'm here to build with other people too, so we can make things a better world for all of us. Meanwhile, look what's going on with the AI. Look what's happening. Y'all need to look at iRobot. Look what's going on with the AI. You better go back to Terminator. Y'all better start looking at this stuff. We are facing a change in the world that was already there, what was also part of the downfall of the ancient world. They already had AI in the ancient world. It did not work because people was using it for their own selfish ways. But anyway, I digress. I'm gone. Your boy Greenlight. I'll be back on here probably later on today, if not tomorrow, where I'm gonna be really talking about some shit. Cause I'm tired of just talking about what's going on in the news. I'm out of here. Peace.